Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Early Edition spoilers. Portia gets caught. General Hospital Early Weekly spoilers confirm Portia Robinson is in hot water when she's busted during the week of October 14th to 18th, 2024 on GH. Check out the latest spoilers for the ABC soap opera. General Hospital Early Weekly spoilers. Portia Robinson is in big trouble. On General Hospital next week, Portia Robinson's in a world of trouble. Recently, Brad Cooper realized she had tampered with lab results. Soon, he makes a daring move. So, he likely confronts Portia. It certainly doesn't help her case that she's been so hard on Brad since his return. So, he may try to take her down. She could lose her job and medical license and face legal implications. Later, she and Elizabeth Weber are confused. Indeed, things don't look good for Portia next week on General Hospital. GH next week spoilers. Moment of truth for Alexis. While Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, faces Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, Alexis Davis's, Nancy Lee Grahn, future is determined. Now that the PCPD has the gun Alexis tossed into the water, it looks like she'll be a free woman again next week. And most likely, without Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, having to turn himself in. Later, Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, gets critical news. Then, she and Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, are relieved. Meanwhile, on General Hospital, Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, and Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, are at each other's throats again. Then, Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, offers to listen to someone, likely Molly. Elsewhere, Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, stuns Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner. Then, Rick makes a grimy move. Also, Jack Brennan, Charles Measure, corners Commissioner Anna Devane, Finola Hughes. General Hospital Early Edition spoilers. Jordan gets closer to Isaiah. Meanwhile, on GH, Isaiah Gannon, Sarandi Wilson, is making himself at home in Port Charles. First, he's in a situation where he takes action. Later, he has dinner with Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper. No doubt, there's a spark there and hopefully, they'll find romance together. Elsewhere, Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, confides in Terry Randolph, Cassandra James, about Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson. Then, Liz gives Lucky an update. Additionally, on General Hospital, Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth, presents an offer to Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson. Also, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, faces temptation. Plus, Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, is at odds with Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott. And later, Ned consoles Brooke Lynn. Meanwhile, Tracy tries to help Cody Bell, Josh Kelly. Then, she gives him a piece of her mind. After, she reminisces with Laura Spencer Collins, Jeannie Francis. GH is overflowing with drama and action. Tune in daily to see if Portia Robinson can dig herself out of the mess she's made on the ABC Sudzer. Port Charles is about to erupt. Again. And this time, all eyes land squarely on Dr. Portia Robinson, whose meticulous facade is about to crack wide open. After months of quietly manipulating medical files, meddling in decisions that weren't hers to make, and orchestrating situations in the shadows for the greater good, Portia is about to face the fallout she's been desperately trying to outrun. And when Portia falls, she won't fall quietly. A string of coincidences raises red flags. It starts small. A missed comms page here. A switched chart there. Minor errors. Tiny irregularities that normally wouldn't cause a stir inside the chaos of General Hospital. But when it keeps happening, and always around cases somehow connected to Trina, Curtis, or anyone Portia deems a threat, people begin to take notice. Elizabeth Weber, who has been picking up extra shifts, is the first to sense that the pattern isn't random. While reviewing case logs, she spots inconsistencies in lab timestamps, ones pointing straight to Portia. Elizabeth doesn't want to believe it. She's been down the road of bad decisions herself, and she knows what it costs. But she also knows what's right. She quietly flags the issue to Hamilton Finn, who double-checks the original entries. Finn's jaw tightens as he realizes the truth. Someone altered patient data, and the digital fingerprints lead back to one terminal, Portia's. Jordan and Taggart faster than wildfire, and it eventually reaches Jordan Ashford, who has a long, complicated history with Portia. Jordan doesn't want to feel vindicated. She wants the truth. She brings the matter to Marcus Taggart, who has also sensed that Portia has been on edge for weeks. Together, they decide to keep things quiet while they gather proof. But in Port Charles, nothing stays quiet for long. Curtis confronts Portia. Curtis, still navigating his recovery and new reality, begins to notice Portia's growing paranoia. She jumps when someone walks into a room. She obsessively checks her phone. She's always one step away from unraveling. When Curtis asks what's going on, Portia snaps, tears welling. But instead of opening up, she shuts down and insists everything is fine. Curtis knows better. He doesn't push, but the seeds of doubt are planted. The trap is set. Finn and Elizabeth cross-reference every case Portia has touched over the last 3 months. What they find isn't a coincidence. It's a timeline of manipulation. A delayed test result regarding Cyrus Renault's health scare. A near-fatal dosage error involving a patient tied to an ongoing WSB investigation. And most damning of all, tampering with the lab results of Heather Weber, which directly influenced Heather's return to Pentonville. Each irregularity perfectly aligns with something Portia wanted at the time. It becomes impossible to ignore. Finn hesitates before escalating it. He doesn't want to destroy Portia's career. But Elizabeth convinces him that the potential risk to patients is too great. They take the evidence to Chief of Staff Monica Quartermaine, who is stunned and furious. The moment Portia's world collapses, Monica summons Portia to her office, where Jordan is waiting with a sealed folder of evidence. Portia enters, confident at first, but the room's energy freezes her in place. Jordan begins calmly. Portia, we have some questions about altered medical records. Portia's face drains of color. Monica delivers the blow. Screenshots, audit logs, security timestamps. Each one places Portia at the center of the tampering. At first, Portia tries to deny it. She blames system glitches, human error, miscommunication. But Jordan, painfully patient, asks a pointed question. Are you prepared to swear to that in an internal hearing? Portia's lips tremble. Her lies crack. Her shoulders slump. She whispers, I was only trying to protect my family. It's the closest she comes to a confession, and it's all Monica needs. Portia is placed on immediate administrative leave, pending a full investigation. Trina overhears everything. In a heartbreaking twist, Trina arrives at GH just in time to overhear the end of the confrontation. She catches the words tampering, suspension, and dishonesty attached to her mother's name. Trina steps into the office, wide-eyed and trembling. Mom, what did you do? Portia breaks. Completely. She tries to explain. She did it for Trina, to protect her from dangerous people, to keep her life stable, to safeguard their future. But Trina can't comprehend it. She feels betrayed, suffocated, and manipulated. You don't get to protect me by hurting other people, Trina says, voice cracking. She leaves the room in tears, shattering Portia's last emotional lifeline. Curtis reacts, and it's not what Portia expects. Curtis finds out moments later and confronts Portia at home. Their marriage, already strained by secrets and trauma, teeters on collapse. Portia expects anger. Instead, she gets disappointment. Curtis says quietly, You didn't trust me. You didn't trust us. He doesn't walk out, but he doesn't stay close either. The silence cuts deeper than any shouting could. Taggart offers the truth bomb. In an unexpected twist, it's Taggart who shows Portia both compassion and brutal honesty. He visits her that night and reminds her of who she used to be, a doctor who stood on integrity. You're not a villain, Portia, he tells her. But you made choices that put people in danger. And you're going to have to face that. Portia breaks down in his arms, sobbing that she never meant to cross the line so far. Taggart says gently, Intent doesn't erase the harm. Cyrus smells opportunity. And if Portia thought things couldn't get worse, Cyrus Renault enters the picture. Having heard whispers of Portia's downfall, he visits her with a dangerous smile. He thanks her for the unintentional favor she did him months ago and offers her a chance to rebuild her future. Portia recoils. She wants nothing to do with him. But Cyrus leaves her with a threat disguised as sympathy. In Port Charles, Doctor, people either choose the truth, or they choose survival. And from where I stand, you're running out of options. Fallout, consequences, and what comes next. Portia's career is hanging by a thread. Trina won't speak to her. Curtis is emotionally withdrawing. Jordan is conflicted but bound by duty. Monica is preparing a formal disciplinary review. And Cyrus lurks like a shark smelling blood in the water. For a woman who thought she could control everything, Portia suddenly controls nothing. And Port Charles hasn't even seen the full fallout yet. Because when the truth comes out, it never comes out alone.